This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET has what you need to win. Bet $100 and you get $100 at WynnBET.com or download the WynnBET app and start winning today. State restrictions do apply. And we're also brought to you by the Sport Gambling Podcast Final Four Watch Party. It's April 1st at 7:30. SGP will be at the Ice House in Los Angeles, so go hang out with the crew. All the info is at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/icehouse. All right, DJs, welcome back to the WGC Match Play Bracket Show. I'm sure we'll do a quick little recap of Flash and Fleetwood and the Valspar. But it's your boy, Boston Capper, with the God of Golf himself, Steve Shermer. Steve, what's up, man? How are you, buddy?
Oh, there's the nickname back. Flaccid Fleetwood. That is a callback to the original, shows back in what? When did we start doing this? 2021, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you were totally anti-Tommy at that point because everybody used to always pick him.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, he'd lose everybody money. And then no one picked him. And then now everybody was picking him last weekend. He showed his true colors.
Yeah, he had such a lackluster round on Sunday, man. What was funny is like I actually had hope when he finally birdied 11 on Sunday because he had trouble with 11, the easiest hole on the fucking course all week. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, okay, all right, and then no, thank you, bye, Tommy.
Yep, yeah, he put what was on 14, the par 5, 14. When he put the bunker shot and or his pro shot in the worst way. I was thinking he probably. I was like, why aren't you laying up here? Like this is a lot can go wrong here.
Yeah,
and of course it did.
It did.
Yeah, somebody in Discord mentioned that anytime we are thinking about betting on Tommy Fleetwood, we probably should donate to charity. I feel like that probably should. We should just do that.
I mean, I even said it when we talked about it on the show. I was like, he's not going to win. Like, we know he just doesn't win. Like, yeah. But at the same point, like, I wasn't betting. I was going to be so furious if Spieth won because I backed off because of the curse. Yeah. But it was cool to see Taylor Moore win. I mean, he's on a year-long fantasy team, so that's something. You talked about him, didn't lay a single cent on him. Should have listened to you.
No, you, yeah. I mean, I didn't have any stones actually go. Do you know why I didn't bet him outright? It's my stupid little. How many times have you been in contention? The mix?
But he's a rookie.
It was 3 times since like last year.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, like because I think I mentioned a couple of shows ago. I'm like, I can't remember like a pivotal Taylor Moore moment.
It's true.
At all. And then all of a sudden he starts stuffing his iron shots within like 10 feet and draining the putts. And I'm like, oh, well, we're going to do this again. Have the positional consolation prize. Didn't have that right. But you know what? A lot of guys in Discord actually had a little more stones than I did. They bet Taylor Moore. It was a pretty good price, like 75-1 to win. So
Feinberg hit him. I know that.
There you go. Hey, that's good for Feinberg. He's finally off the schneid. So, listen, that's a good win for him. He's a good player. Wish I had a little more on him. Overall, though, for the week, would have been better if who really faded down the stretch? Oh, Dylan Wu went from, I think, T12 to T56 on my top 40. Yes, that wasn't great.
Not great.
Ben Martin missed out by a shot for a top 40, but JT backdoor to top 10. Steven Yeager barely hung on for a top 30. So I ended up making some money on the positionals. So that's all I can really do. Advance next week. And we got a wild week with the final WGC match play.
I can't. It's gonna pop up next year. They're gonna do it. They're gonna figure out a way.
No, they said next year it's not on the calendar.
It's gonna have to come the year after. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Like,
I know.
This is it's so different. Everybody can get into it, and I know there's like TV reasons and things like that are above my head, and I don't fucking understand. Like, but bracket golf is fucking awesome. Like, match play golf is fucking awesome. There's a reason why this garbage President's Cup got good ratings, because it's good. Like, the team the team sucked and everybody still watched. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it's a missed opportunity.
Well, the Wednesday
per usual.
Yeah, the Wednesday through Friday, like, pool plays, actually, that's a lot of fun. I know people were skeptical about it when they first rolled it out.
Yeah.
But it, like, there's some clunker matchups on Friday, which is going to happen, but like they are staggering it where the ones that actually mean stuff are going to be towards the end of the day, which I kind of like that. And we've had some nice moments too, like on Friday night or Friday afternoon, where two guys are tied, they go to the playoff. Like, what was it last year? There was like 7 or 8 playoffs.
I was gonna say it was like I knew there was at least 6. Like, it was crazy.
I think I forget who we beat, but Sergio aced. One of the par 3s to advance. I think that was a couple of years ago. I ended up
catching 2 years ago.
A group play, but that was a nice walk off.
Nice.
I mean, like we'll go over the pods in a little bit. Like, you can kind of see though where the omission of the live guys kind of has a little bit of it pops up a little bit with this thing. Like, I mean, like there's a lot of live guys have been really good. And also like Sergio, Paul Casey's been really good here.
It wasn't Paul Casey last year. He fucked everybody. Remember?
Oh,
he fucking didn't play. He just fucked everybody.
See, I was thinking about when you actually appreciate Paul Casey. Somebody was jawing at him at this event, and he's like, "Oh, you shut it."
Yeah,
he's going, and you're like, "Oh, I respect that because you hated Paul Casey."
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, listen, like, it's a lot of good players. I think there's been some stats floated around about who's actually advanced to bracket play. It's pretty evenly split between who's like the 1 season, 4 seeds in every pool.
Yeah.
What you got to keep in mind is that those were much better fields. Like, I mean, some of the guys in here, like, I mean, this is basically kind of a preview of what the types of guys we're going to see at these elevated events next year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still took some risks as far as guys I'm going to be, taking out of pool play. I wouldn't be surprised if we're maybe a little disappointed that it might be a little chalkier because the competition
last year was chalky.
Was it?
Yeah, I feel like at least half of the 1 seeds got out last year.
Possibly.
I could be wrong. My memory is faulty memory, but I feel like at least half of the 1 seeds got out last year.
Maybe. So I think it was something like it's like 30%. I think of the guys who advance are like a 1 seed or so. Okay. So, but I mean, that's kind of beauty of this golf course. So I'll get into it a little bit. So I put out my preview. I had a lot of stuff going on this weekend. We didn't get a chance to do a preview episode. Honestly, there's not really much I could really say about this golf course because I put the reasons why in my article. If you look at who's actually made the Final Four, there's no real correlation of like the types of guys who've done well at this thing. There's bombers, there's short, accurate guys, there's really good putters, good scramblers, like balanced guys, really elite ball strikers. So, the one thing about this golf course is that it does seem like it neuters driving distance. Some of the fairway zones are pretty wide, pretty generous. You can play very firm. But overall, though, whatever is kind of like we saw at Sawgrass a couple weeks ago, is that whatever tools are in your arsenal, if you show up to this golf course and those are firing and then maybe improve on a couple other things, like you can really contend. Like this is one of the tracks that Kevin Kisner just seems to always do well at. Like, there's a very limited set, ones that he can do well. But we've also seen Dustin Johnson do very well here. Rory's done very well. Rahm's done really well here. Or, like Corey Connors last year, like a guy who can't putt, but just
did he beat DJ? He beat DJ.
He beat DJ. Well, because DJ didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I think he knew he was going to get paid too. So
yeah.
So that's like, so there's a lot of parity. There's a lot of shots like under 125 as well. So anytime you get a lot of wedge shots basically into greens and match play can turn to a putting contest, that's where you can kind of expand a little bit of who can do well here. And you also got to keep in mind that the Masters is in 2 weeks. A lot of these top players really want to play up to 126 holes.
I mean, Scotty won this and then went and won Augusta. So
that is true. But you also have Patrick Cantlay, who conspicuously always bombs out on Friday.
Yeah, man. I got a question. We'll talk about him.
Okay.
Because I mean, what a draw he got. Jesus. Like
he did. I put in Discord. It's the unstoppable force of his ejections on Friday because he doesn't want to play the weekend versus the immovable object of his crappy draw.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and it's funny enough, I actually looked back last year. So he was 1-1, or no, he had half a point after 2 rounds last year. And Seamus Power had already wrapped up the group, and then he kicked the crap out of Sungjae on Friday because I think he knew he wasn't going to play the weekend, so I might as well show up at this point.
Yeah.
But then 2 years ago, he won his first 2 and just absolutely bombed on Friday. I think he lost like 6 and 5, and then lost immediately in his playoffs. So there's something funny about him at this course, though. Like, I don't know what it is.
Is it Nagels who floated the theory of his bad back and he doesn't want to play doesn't want to play all that golf?
I mean, that take is undefeated so far. He has yet to emerge from group play at Austin Country Club. I actually have the stats of everybody. I went back since 2016 and calculated how many points everybody's gotten at Austin Country Club and then their averages. So it's not good at this place. So yeah, I mean, those are some things to keep in mind. We're going to break down all the brackets. We're going to start right at the top after the ad break. So why don't we take a quick break? And then we'll start breaking down the bracket.
All right. Well, listen, WinBet is the official online sportsbook of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. WinBet is now active in Massachusetts and tons of other states. Be on the lookout for WinBet Win Hour each Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. During WinBet Win Hour, marquee games of the week will have better odds on WinBet, giving you a larger payout opportunity. And March Madness is here. So many ways to bet on the big dance today. To receive a special offer, bet 100 to get $100. And of course, for our DJs only, if you hit the biggest long shot parlay of the week, you get $1,000 in free credit. There's so much to choose from, and all you got to do is head over to winbet.com or download the WinBet app. Offer is subject to change. Terms and conditions at winbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. And the SGP Final Four. The guys are going to be hosting a Final Four watch party at the historic Ice House in Pasadena, California, Saturday, April 1st at 7:30. Get all the details over at sportsgamepodcast.com/icehouse. And another insanely cool contest is if you guys are looking to hang out with Sean and Ryan at the Stadium Swim, watch the biggest golf tournament in the world. You can win a 3-night stay at the Circa Las Vegas to hang with the boys. The contest is completely free to enter. Just go to sportsgamingpodcast.com/golf party. And if you don't win the contest, you can still get a discount on a room by using promo code SGP15.
Okay. And then one more thing. So we got the Masters around the corner. We also have a little bit of inventory we need to offload from the Golf Gambling Podcast storeroom. We have a tailor-made stealth driver that we're just itching to give away, but we want your help first. So, we're on the precipice of a couple of milestones for the podcast as far as subscribers, reviews. So here's a challenge to you guys. If we can get 20 more YouTube subscribers, if we can get 20 more Spotify reviews, which basically is it's easy, just star, you give us a rating. There's no, commentary you have to give after that. Or if you give us 20 Apple reviews, if we get all 3 of those, we're going to give away the driver on Masters Week. So please help us out. Anything you guys can do, we really appreciate it, but we want to get back to you if you guys, help us out here. So go ahead and, subscribe to the YouTube show. Give us a Spotify review. Give us an Apple review if you haven't already, and we'll give away a driver in a couple weeks.
That's a pretty low bar to be able to handle that. The response last time for the Masters was bigger than that, so they should be able to handle that.
Yeah, I think we should. But let's start chipping away at that.
Let's do it. All
right. Let's start right at the top. Let's start with the number 1 seed, Scotty Scheffler. Much better than Purdue, by the way.
Much better than Purdue.
Much better than Purdue. Oh man,
what was the name of that school?
Fairleigh Dickinson from New Jersey. that coach is a piece of work, by the way.
I don't know, man. I didn't watch a whole lot. So yeah, because that was St. Patty's.
You only watched you only watched the first halves of each game.
That's but it was on at my house on St. Patty's because I had people over, so I had a
okay.
So that was the night game, right?
It was the night game.
Yeah, Tommy was live betting sitting on my couch, and my buddy Pete was like, "What have you done to him? Look at him. He's just sitting on the couch."
Was he just live betting Purdue?
No, he was live betting Fairleigh Dickinson.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Purdue's
that coach. He's bad. He's a bad coach. All right, but this is not NCAA tournament.
No. Yeah, let's go.
All right. So the unstoppable force right now, Scotty Scheffler. You just mentioned it, that he won this event and then went on to win the Masters. So a little bit of context of last year, though, I believe he was going for world number 1 last year. So that was a little bit of an incentive for him to win. Now he's just coming off the Players win. Does he actually want to play into the weekend? So he hasn't played a lot of golf. It's been a very jam-packed schedule, with everything going on.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm looking at the rest of his pod and it's kind of tough. I mean, listen, you got Tom Kim, but if we're going to take, one of the things I looked at this week too was, where are Kevin Kisner courses? Let's get in that mindset. Right. And right off the bat, Wyndham. that is a very Kevin Kisner golf course. Detroit Golf Club, that is a Kevin Kisner golf club. Golf course. Tom Kim's done very well at those. He kind of fits the blueprint of what you're looking for. Very accurate, good iron player. Putter is a little bit up and down. He's been slumping with the irons too. So is that going to come back on a golf course that might, theoretically fit his game? He was very good in match play at the President's Cup last fall as well. So we'll see. Davis Riley's playing very well. And Alex Noren. So I mentioned earlier that I went back and calculated all the averages. In 4 appearances, he's averaged 3 points in appearance. And that includes like knockout round victories. Yeah. But he's been very good at this golf course because he's really good around the green and really good putters. So Scotty's got his work cut out for him. These are 3 pretty formidable foes, I think. So let's kick it back to you. What do you make of this group?
So I agree with you. I mean, it's not an easy draw, but it's not like a terrible draw. Like, I know whatever. Let me pull up. What the hell's Noren been doing lately? Anything?
He's been pretty bad.
Right. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I bet Noren last year with the same fucking concept, and I'm pretty sure he fucking bombed.
Yeah, I don't think last year was one of his shining moments.
No. And Tom Kim, Tom Kim and Davis Riley. But whatever. It's Scotty Scheffler. Like, I don't know. I'm just not betting against him here, and whatever. If he gets beat, he gets beat. And I'm not taking Scotty out of the first group.
Okay.
Stop doing it.
I think I'm gonna take Tom Kim actually. I think I'm gonna ride with the fact that I think this is a golf course more suited for a Tom Kim. He was very chalky, a couple weeks ago. I don't think anybody's gonna be on him because he's facing with Scotty. So really accurate.
He's really cooled off.
He has really cooled off. I'm just kind of putting faith in the fact that I think he's better in what he's showing. Maybe he's a little bit of a rut. I think this golf course is going to match him a little bit. I think the atmosphere of match play is going to fire him up. And listen, we talk about guys who might not want to go full bore before the Masters. I think Tom Kim actually needs a little bit of momentum.
That's true.
So I think his motivation to actually show well, maybe put up a good performance, can give him confidence for a couple weeks. I think he's my pick for this group.
All right. I like that. I mean, I don't hate it. Like, I just can't. I'm just not losing any more money betting against Scotty Scheffler. That's it. So
okay.
So the next group is Im, Fleetwood, Poston, and McNeely.
Okay. All right. Why don't you break it down first?
I think I gotta go Tommy. I know what he just did
again.
I mean, I think based on he's good at play. He didn't completely melt down on Sunday, right? It wasn't a complete meltdown.
No, he didn't. You're right.
And so he's coming in really good form. I thought about posting. Oh, and so just so everybody knows, I printed this. I haven't listened to shit today. I printed this thing off 30 minutes before the pod and just filled it out real quick with my first initial reactions because I want it to be like a natural reaction thing. So I thought about posting. I have no faith. McNeely's the type of guy who would fucking win it too, isn't he? Like just making putts from fucking all over the place. But yeah, he cut at the Valspar, cut at the players, Honda, whatever. Yeah, no, I think I got to go Fleetwood and his form. And listen, I like Sanjay, but I don't know, man. I just haven't been getting him right lately. I know he did well at the players and he did okay leading up into that, but this course that fits in. What's his course history here? Because the stupid site I'm using doesn't have the last 2 years. What has Im done?
So it's not outstanding. He had a chance last year to advance to group play.
Yeah.
So he got waxed by Seamus Power like 6-5.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then he came back and demolished somebody else on Thursday and had a chance. He had to beat Patrick Cantlay. I think Power had to lose in order to advance, and Cantlay beat him because Cantlay, like I mentioned, knew that he wasn't playing the weekend. So he's like, all right, I'm going to try at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get why Sungjae isn't good here. It seems like this should fit a lot of things as well because he's fairly accurate, good wedge player, good putter, especially on some of these overseeded Bermuda golf courses. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be a little more overseed or Bermuda, kind of like we saw in Florida. It's been colder in Texas. It might be a little more overseed. Regardless, it's been very good on the surface too. Good around the green. Like there's a lot of ways that in a match play format, Sung Jae can either get up and down to have a hole or win a hole, things like that. I mean, you're right with McNeely. He can just get up and down from everywhere. I think so. We'll mention this later. Sung Jae, there's an outright price on him that is pretty alluring. But if we're kind of just going like, listen, like it's brackets, let's have some fun with it.
Yeah.
JT Poston, I kind of played really well last week. Finally got the irons going again. I mean, I think he got 1.5. He didn't advance out of group play last time, but he got 1.5. So that's pretty respectable for his one time there. But like, you know, I mean, he's really good at Wyndham, good at Travelers, good at Harbortown. These are all like Kevin Kisner, Matt Kuchar courses. So, you know, and he's a fairly good, like, you know, with his wedges, at least proximity wise. He can be decent around the green sometimes too. You know, he can get hot with a putter. Sometimes it's been a little hit or miss lately. But I think this type of course, I think the fact he played well last week, I kind of like him advancing this group.
Yeah, I like it because so like that's fine because that's who I was drawn to. If it wasn't Tommy, I'm just gonna ride Tommy's form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you think Tommy might be thinking about the Masters though?
Why? He's gonna fucking get a win. He's thinking about getting a win. You know what I mean? Like at least that's how I'll be thinking. Listen, I'm gonna get a fucking win. Close again. Can't close. He's not winning.
So if you're holding a Tommy ticket and it's he needs to make this to make a playoff and it's 7 feet on 18, do you feel good or not?
No, I feel terrible.
Then why are you picking? Then why are you picking him?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I'm not gonna feel any better with fucking JT Poston.
Listen, these are just bracket pits. We're gonna do what we actually bet at the end of the show. This is just bracket pits.
Yeah, that's fine. Fair enough.
So. All right. Why don't we go to group 9? Interesting group.
Yeah, I think so.
So you got Jason Day playing really well.
Yep.
Former winner at Austin Country Club, has not done really anything since though. I don't think he's actually advanced into group play or to knockout round since his win in 2016. Got Colin Moore.
He's probably another guy who doesn't want to fucking play all that goddamn golf.
Well, that's the thing. He's been. We know the swing changes to help his back. Does he really want to play 126 holes potentially?
Hell no.
I don't think so either. And it's going to be a little cold and windy, which brings me to my next guy, Kala Morikawa. I know you're off him for sure. The fact I saw this forecast and saw 20, 30 mile per hour winds, thanks, but no thanks.
Yep.
I think even though could he do a Corey Connors impression for this place? Sure. Ultimately though, I don't trust him making a clutch putt to be able to survive 5 straight days and however many matches that would be.
Yeah, agree.
So he's out for me. You got Victor Perez, who did good, I think, for 3 days and cratered on Sunday. Now, he did finish semifinals here back a couple years ago. You know, really good off the tee.
Is he going to be on the Ryder Cup? Is he going to be on the Ryder Cup team?
You know, I think he is going to be on the Ryder Cup team. If he continues having some decent performances over in Europe, I think he will. But really good off the tee, really good putter, so he can definitely drain some putts. Really bad around the green. If it's going to be this windy, this forecast, I don't really love that too much. The guy I really like out of this group, though, is Adam Svensson. Just playing really good lately. We talk about a lot of golf courses that were a lot of wedges, a little shorter positional places like, you know, Sea Island, you know, PJ National. He's been really good at those types of track. He's been good at, I think, TBC River Highlands too. You know, just fairly accurate off the tee, hits his irons pretty well. He's putting really well too. That's a guy I kind of like for this place. He's playing really well, as I just mentioned. I kind of like Adam Svensson to move on from this group.
I'm 100% with you. That's who I picked as well. He looked real good at the Players, good at API, okay at Honda, looked good at the Genesis. He's a guy who I definitely trust more with the flat stick in his hand than Morikawa. And I just don't trust Jason Day to want to fucking be there. I just don't. And I know it's stupid narrative street, man, but whatever. I don't give a shit. And
it's true. I mean, like Jason Day's playing really well. Like he's played really well at the Masters before. He's never been able to get a victory. Like he's got to be thinking like,
he's thinking
I can win this thing.
Yeah.
So why am I going to waste like swings when I don't know how many I have left in my body for 5 days of this stuff?
Yep. 100% agree with you on that one.
Okay. All right. And then the last one to kind of round out this little quadrant here. I think this is
tough group.
I think this is one of the toughest ones because even though some of these are lesser names, they really, really fit what works here. So you got Victor Hovland, who formidable foe, really good at the players. You know, I mean, around the green has been an issue, but putting really well. The irons are really good. Off the tee, I mean, he's got the distance and accuracy here. I think last year he lost in a playoff to I forget who.
I don't remember who,
but he played very well last year. But then you got two guys who are basically the same player who both done pretty well here who do the same things. Chris Kirk and Matt Kuchar. They are accurate. They are tremendous with their wedges. They are really good around the green, and they're pretty good putters. And it's shown with Matt Kuchar, like kind of like with Kisner. This is the only golf course he needs to show up in, like lately. Chris Kirk in his lone appearance, he got 3 points. I think he lost in the round of 16, but he swept his group. And then you got Siwoo Kim, who's pretty good here, pretty good at Wyndham, good on TPC or Pete Dye golf courses, accurate off the tee, hitting his irons really well. The putter has been cold though, which is a little concerning, but he's had success here. So this is pretty tough. So I guess who are you picking out of this group?
So I was going between Kirk and the Hovland. Siwoo, he had what, a T10 here in 2018? What's he done since then? Not much, right?
No, but he, like, if you're looking for things that work here.
Oh yeah, no, I know. This should fit Siwoo. Like, I feel like he should be better here. Like right? Like why isn't he better here? So I don't know, whatever. Like I just don't trust his putter. Kuchar, I can't. I just can't.
I mean, he's played all right this year.
Yeah, he's been fine. But Chris Kirk is like a younger, better version of Kuchar.
How old do you think Chris Kirk is?
He's like 33.
He's going to be 38 in 2 months.
Is he really going to be 38?
Yeah, he's 37 years and 10 months. I mean, that's technically a younger version of Kuchar. Kuchar's
technically I'm still correct. Yeah, exactly.
But
whatever. Kirk's in better form. So it was between Vic and Kirk for me. And I know I had money on Vic last year. Man, he is just trending so good right now. He is trending so good, and I can absolutely see him going out. That's the great thing about match play. One hole doesn't ruin your whole fucking week. Let's just move on to the next one. You know what I mean? So if he chunks one around the green and he does the over, like who cares? It doesn't matter. He's going to get out and smash the next drive and hit his next beautiful iron, and hopefully he takes it close and drains the putt. Like, so I like Vic a lot.
Okay. I think I'm going to pick Vic too, but I'm a little worried about it because I can see any of these guys coming out.
Yeah, me too.
You know, Chris Kirk is just sticking his wedges and drain putts. Did he win Colonial too? So he's won in Texas before.
Oh yeah, shit.
Matt Kuchar has, I believe, won in Texas as well. Yeah, I mean there's that.
Pretty
if you
good.
want to follow that narrative, it's a tough group. Hovland's got his work cut out for him.
This might be. I'm going to star this one because we'll figure out which one the toughest group is. But that one so far is definitely the worst.
I would say so. I think Sung Jae's group is sneaky tough because you got McNeely and Poston who can just putt and just get hot.
That's annoying.
I mean, I would probably put this one up, and I think there's one more down the card that I think I would put as pretty tough.
Okay.
So okay. All right. Why don't we take another break, and then we will finish the rest of the bracket.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. We're also brought to you guys by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is heating up for Match Madness. College Pick'em is a great way to get in on the action, especially if your bracket is busted after day one. Plus, Underdog Fantasy has your favorite college basketball player props. Head over to UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code SGPN for 100% deposit bonus up to $100. That's UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. And like we said earlier, go over our Twitter, man. Go like and subscribe, do all that good shit, and we'll be able to get that driver out to you guys mass this week.
Okay, there we go. And then let's talk about Piper golf balls. So I'm going down to Florida at the end of the week. I'm going on a little vacation. I'm going to use my Piper golf balls down in Florida. And it's really going to help my game. It's going to help me around the greens, the extra spin to get me a little closer to the pin. They also have a chart on their website that basically shows you which brand of ball is good for you based on your handicap. So go to piper.golf, says GGP. You got 10% off your first order. Use the promo code GGP. You don't have to subscribe or receive scheduled shipments of golf balls at a 50% discount. And you get free shipping on anything over $50. So go to piper.golf, says GGP, and improve your game today.
Boom.
All right.
So how long are you going to be down here? It's Fort Myers. You've come to Fort Myers, right?
Yeah, Wednesday through Saturday morning. I'm getting in probably around 3:00 on Wednesday. Golfing Friday.
Nice.
Well, I don't think we're gonna go to JetBlue Park for the Red Sox game. Because toddlers and kids.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. Do not do that.
Yeah,
It sounds
we're not going to do that. So.
Sounds awful.
And we have a very early, I think a 5 a.m. flight on Saturday morning. So that's probably not a great day. I think the game is at 6:05.
I wish it was closer. So. I wish it was closer. I don't want to drive. I don't want to drive 6 hours on a Friday.
It's a big drive.
It's a fucking really long drive. So. It's fucking miserable. The ride down.
Listen, I'm going to the Outer Banks at the end of April. Maybe you can drive up in maybe in Nags Head again.
That's even farther.
I'm giving you options, buddy.
Fair enough. All right, next group here. So this is a interesting one. So you got Homa, Decky, Kisner, and Suh.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like everything else other than the driver looks fine for a Decky. I refuse to back Kisner. I refuse to do it. Don't care. Not going to do it. Justin Suh is pretty interesting. I mean, his all-around game is pretty fucking solid.
He was pretty bad over the weekend as someone who had a bet on him.
Yeah, no, I know. I had a top 20 on him. I'm aware. But what did he lose it on? Oh, shit. Damn, he lost almost 2 strokes tee to green.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
And 2.5 on approach.
Little bit of a struggle bus. I mean, overall, listen, like up until last week, things were going really well for Justin Suhville.
Yeah.
Last week didn't go so great.
Yeah, his struggles seem to be off the tee, which shouldn't really penalize him too much here. But
I mean, he's fairly accurate. So
yeah. I don't care. I'm taking the chalk. I'm taking Homa. The kid's a fucking stud right now. And look, he had stones in match play already. Like, give me Homa. I don't trust Decky. Fuck Kevin Kisner, and I don't know enough about Suh to back him. I'm taking Homa.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Justin Suh. I'm not going to take him to win this group. Hideki, that's also another guy that do we think he wants to play 5 straight games?
No.
I don't think so either. And I'm going to be honest, if Kevin Kisner goes out and wins this thing, I think I'm going to quit this podcast. I'm just going to say that. He has been absolutely atrocious in pretty much every facet of the game, by the way. I got him losing over his last 12 rounds, 2.5 strokes tee to green.
Is that good?
That's not good. I got him losing about a shot and a half off the tee, about 0.9 with his approach shots. I got him losing 0.1, only 0.15 with around the green. So kind of decent. And losing almost half a shot with his putter. Just everything sucks right now. So if he just goes out and uses his magic beans and goes out and wins this thing, what's the goddamn point of any of this?
Yeah, no, so, I would agree.
And you know what?
That would be the end of my argument for fucking match play if Kisner fucking won again.
Well, I mean, unless we bring in the Torrey Pines, and then he's got no shot.
That's fair.
I mean, also this is going to just bring out everybody saying, "All right, Kevin Kisner, Ryder Cup captain's pick."
Okay, fuck off.
Let's go. I mean,
no
we saw what happened at President's Cup. He was terrible.
Yeah, awful.
He was awful.
Yeah, awful.
Okay. All right. Max Homa was my pick.
He was the only ones I wasn't putting in my fucking parlays. My head-to-head parlays. I was like, I'm not betting on Kisner. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Max Homa is my pick as well. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Scheffler last year. A lot of ways he can just beat you. Yeah. The iron play, really good wedge player. Great around the green. Great putter. I think he got 2 points last year. I'm not sure if he made it out of group play or not, but it was a good showing for him.
Yeah.
I'll take Max. I'll just take the chalk and Max Homa
fuck it.
right here.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. The 12 seed. This is interesting.
This one was wicked hard for me to pick.
So there's only one guy I don't like. Shane Lowry sucks here for whatever reason. And I'm not really sure exactly why he sucks here, but I got him. He's not even gaining a point in group play. Yeah. In 5 appearances, he averages 0.9 points per tournament.
Interesting.
So he's been pretty bad. Taylor Montgomery, who's making his debut here, but he can just bomb putts forever. Yep. And I mean, he was playing pretty well at Sawgrass, and then just 17 got him.
Yep.
So a little bit misleading form, maybe in the stat category. Like I think like his approach play numbers were horrible, which they usually are, but it's made worse by
17. Exactly.
By 17.
Yeah.
You got Jordan Spieth, who is coming off. He probably should have won that tournament.
Definitely should have won that tournament.
We've seen him win in the leagues leading up to the Masters before when he won Valero a couple years ago. Winner in Texas. So obviously he's from Texas.
Yeah.
Likes the state, apparently. And then you got Mackenzie Hughes, who has been very good at this tournament. He's averaging 2.3 points per appearance at Austin Country Club. I mean, listen, like nothing really pops for him, but just really good around the green, really good putter. It's going to be really windy too the first couple days. And I just can think of so many examples of windy, no one can hit greens. It's an up and down contest. I'm going to be annoying as fuck match play opponent, bombing 20 footers. Mackenzie Hughes possibly doing well this week. And to think about, he's been really good at RSM. He's a former winner there, finished second there a couple of years ago. I think it's a couple of good finishes at TBC River Highlands. Those are Kevin Kisner, Matt Kuchar tracks. Yeah. I actually kind of like Mackenzie Hughes to surprise and come out of this group.
So I was initially leaning there. He's just been so bad.
I know.
I went with Montgomery. Give me the new toy that hasn't burnt me, like Hughes.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's it. I went Montgomery. Same thing with Lowry. Like I didn't know he was that bad, but my memory was like, yeah, he's not good here. He did just get a week off though, and it's tough to bet against Spieth in match play, but he's got to be thinking about the Masters too, right?
He probably. I mean, he's been good here, but I don't think he's gone past the round of 8.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, give me the kid who is going to frustrate the shit out of people when he's when he's sinking every 18 footer. You know what I mean? So
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of along the same wavelength. I'm taking Mackenzie Hughes is doing that. You're taking Taylor Montgomery.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't hate that pick. I mean, one of those types of guys are going to advance, like the guys who just makes a billion putts over 3 days. So, all right, let's go to the 13 group.
Yep.
So honestly, kind of uninspiring. You got Sam Burns, who finally went to Valspar last week and played well. He played all right at Players a couple weeks ago as well. Adam Hadwin, who I think has crashed back down to earth. I had a bet on him.
Yep.
I probably should not have done that because that course is mostly Bermuda, and Bermuda and Hadwin don't mix. So that was bad by me. You got Adam Scott, who usually skips this event.
Yeah. Why is he playing?
I don't know. Probably reps at this point. Okay. That's another guy who probably has his eyes set on the Masters. Yep. And then Seamus Power, who actually played well here last year.
Yep.
But he's going through that annual Seamus Power sucks period. Like bad at Players, really bad at Bay Hill. This happened last year too, and then I actually turned it around here because he's a really good wedge player, decent putter, especially on these overseeded surfaces, really accurate. So that could be someone, but even though Sam Burns actually never played this tournament before, I think the fact that I've seen with Burns, whenever he gets like a good finish in him, like off that really horrific stretch, usually he gets pretty hot pretty quick.
Yeah.
I remember last year, Quail Hollow, he was actually really good at match play. He was carrying Scotty Scheffler during that whole thing.
Yeah.
I think I believe he won his singles match too. So even though the stat profile doesn't really fit, I think the fact that he's just a really good putter, I've seen him do well at match play, and I think he's coming in good form. I just recognize his patterns with Sam Burns kind of shows well at that point. And he's won in Texas. He's won Colonial last year. It was really windy as well, so I know he can do in those conditions. I think we're going to take the chalk in Sam Burns, actually. I'm not really inspired by any of the other 3. Maybe Seamus Power, but that's really about it.
That's who it came down to for me, was between Burns and Power. And I'm just the steady putter of Burns. Like he doesn't lose. And and he, like you said, he's coming in good form. He finished well. I don't think he was ever really in contention. He had a really good Sunday. So maybe ride that Sunday in, and give me Burns. My fucking card is looking pretty goddamn chalky. What do I got? I got Scotty.
Yep.
Vic, Homa, and Burns. Yeah, not all of these guys are making it out.
Yeah. All right, time to get wild, baby. All right, let's move on to what we've talked about earlier. The immovable force was the unstoppable force with the immovable object. A Patrick Cantley's group. It's a bad group.
Bad group.
Nick Taylor has crashed on the earth. KH Lee is kind of meh. And Brian Harmon. Oh, Brian Harmon. Did you see what happened to him last week?
Oh, what happened?
So I forget what hole it was. I think he took a 8 on a hole.
Oh, nice.
Including, I think he was trying to move a leaf and then ball moved. So he took a penalty.
It's karma for being dicks to the volunteers at TPC.
And he was actually playing well too, and that just completely derailed him. So he's been really good here.
Yeah.
But the irons have just been so bad. And around the green, he hasn't been very good either. I mean, I understand why Brian Harmon in form is good here because shorter course, wedges, a lot of the golf courses that Kuchar and Kisner are good at. Yep. He's pretty good at too. I don't think I can go to him. And I'm sorry. I've seen this movie with Patrick Cantley so many times. I'm just not going to back him. And like, it's the same thing in what everybody was everybody fell in love with him at Sawgrass a couple of weeks ago. And he was okay, but he was never really in the mix. He was irrelevant at all. And that's another guy who probably has his eye set on the Masters. And I don't think he wants to play over the weekend. So, and Nick Taylor's kind of crashed on earth. So for me, why don't we go KH Lee?
Oh boy.
2-time winner in Texas. He just, what did he just do last week? Yeah.
T20.
T19 last week.
19. Yeah.
Valspar. He actually played pretty well at the President's Cup last year.
Yep.
So I know he can kind of do it in match play. I'll take KH Lee to come out of this group.
Same. That's terrifying that we're both on Lee.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, I mean, I looked at Harmon as well. I bet against him last week and it worked out, but he hasn't gained strokes with his, where the hell did it go? He hasn't gained strokes since like fucking January. With his approach play. It was, when the hell was it? Let me pull it up. He hasn't gained strokes since since before Thanksgiving, the RSM Classic. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. And he's lost 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks in a row around the green. Yeah, I'll pass on him. And I just don't trust Cantlay or Taylor. So give me KH Lee, man. Give me the double. I know.
Okay. Nope. All right. And you love KH Lee too.
I do love KH Lee.
You do. All right. Let's move to the other side of the bracket. Right back to the top. John Rahm's group. Now you got the narrative around him, and that anytime he gets sick, he wins his next event. Yeah. So are you going to back that again?
I mean, I'm not going to bet him to win. Although I did see some 11s and 12s out there, which seemed pretty nice.
He was actually 14 on a book this morning before they readjusted. Really? Yeah.
See, if I saw 14, I would have just bet it. Right. Okay. But I mean, look, this is a tough group, even though Billy looked like he's in good form. Keith Mitchell's tough. Ricky Fowler's rounding into shape. I just don't know how you go against Rahm. I just don't know how you do it. Same thing with Scotty on the other side. Like, whatever. I'm just going to take Rahm. I'm just not going to overthink it. I'm going to take the best player in the world and call it a day.
Okay. Now, here's the interesting thing about Ricky. Let's talk about him for a second.
Okay.
So he was eligible to play between 2017 and 2019, and he skipped every single time. And his lone appearance here didn't go all that good. He got 1 point in group play.
Okay.
Maybe just doesn't like it here. So that's another guy, maybe just like Jason Day, that I've been really good at Augusta. Do I want to go 5 straight days? Maybe want to peak in a couple weeks. So that's out for me.
Wait, is Ricky in the top 50 in the world right now?
Yes, I believe he is.
Oh my God. Ricky's going to play Augusta? That's hilarious.
I think he got in. Hold on. Let me check.
Yeah, I mean, he's 49, so that would make sense.
He's 59 actually.
Oh, 59.
So maybe, although then maybe he's not in.
Yeah, maybe he's not in.
Maybe I got to rethink that then. Anyways, Keith Mitchell, I mean, good and pretty winning conditions. I'm a little worried about him burying it up putts though. Yeah. So
we already saw this movie a couple weeks ago. Him versus Rahm burying putts.
Yeah. And then Billy Horschel, I can't do it.
Can't do it.
So I guess it is Rahm for me. Really good here. Kind of like with a couple of guys I mentioned tonight, a lot of ways he can beat you, either with the iron game, around the green putting. The one concern about him, though, like his worst attribute is definitely his wedges. So that's a little concerning, but I think if what happened to players, I think he's going to want to come out with a good showing, at least for a couple rounds. So I like Rom in this pod.
All right. I like it.
Okay. All right.
Yep, pretty easy.
Let's go to the 15 grouping, which after what's happened.
Ruined.
Yeah, I was all ready to pick Cam Young too. And I'm worried about an injury scare now with him.
Double cursed.
But otherwise, this is kind of an ugly bracket. So Corey Connors, who I don't know. I don't understand why he was so bad at Sawgrass after a really good showing at Arnold Palmer. That should have been a golf course for him. Do I really want to go back to Corey Connors? I know he finished third here last year. I know typically he's pretty good on putting on overseas surfaces, but I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. Sepp Straka. I mean, I know he finished fifth at Honda. Kind of crappy his next two tournaments. There's some things I like about Straka that could possibly work here. So that's a maybe. Davis Thompson, it seems like ever since he hit the flag stick on 17 at Stam Course has been pretty bad. To the point where I actually dropped him from my season one fantasy team. So this is why don't you pick? Because I don't think I've really decided yet.
Yeah, so I just held my nose and picked Connors. Listen, it's and it seems dumb to just avoid Cam Young, but it's a double curse. Thank you, no. But he did just get Webb Simpson's caddy.
He did. That's actually huge. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why Webb decided to move on from him. And it's curious because Webb actually played well last week.
I don't know. Maybe he knows he's fucking in the twilight, and because they're boys, right? They're like friends.
Yeah, they're very good friends.
So he's probably like, yo, go fucking hook up with the young kid and go make money for another 20 years. I'm fucking. I feel disc in my back every time I fucking take a swing or something. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Like, I don't think it was. Maybe. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, that would make sense to me. I don't know.
I know. I mean, they said it was amicable.
Yeah. So we'll make some money, man.
So
because maybe Cam Young hit him up and he went to Webb and was like, hey, man, we're boys. This guy's got 20 years. You got 2, and I don't want to go to the senior tour. You cool with us splitting now? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. All right. I think I'm going to go, just to be different from you, I'll go Sepp Straka.
Straka, yeah.
I mean, the iron play looks pretty good. I mean, he can putt on these surfaces. That's really about it, though.
Yeah, whatever. So,
okay.
It's just a nothing.
Yeah, I don't particularly like that group at all. So.
No.
All right, let's go to Tony Finau's group. So we got Tony Finau, Kirk Kitayama, Adrian Moronk, and Christian Bezainhout. Finau's been bad here too.
Yep.
Averaging under 1.4 points per appearance. Which, listen, like it seems like what Tony is right now should be a good fit for this place. The fact he's never been good here, he's got the Masters in a couple weeks. I know I'm probably going to be betting him for the Masters. I don't know if he really wants to go full board this thing. So
yeah.
So he's out. I mean, Kirk Kitayama, I just don't think that's a good fit for this type of place.
Okay, why?
I mean, he's a bomber.
Yeah.
So doesn't really. I mean, his iron's been okay. He's
terrible. Been good.
I don't like him for this place. I don't think this is a Kirk Kitayama track.
Okay.
Yeah, Adrian Moronk, who I mean, he's been okay. He's good around the green. He's got some okay putting numbers. And they got Christian Bezainhout, who is playing okay and can get up and down from anywhere. And he's a good putter. So I think I'm just going to take that, considering it's going to be windy for 3 days. Has not been very good at here, but he's been good at some other PDI courses. I'm just going to take Bezainhout. Kind of ugly, and that's it.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess I just hate him. I can never play him. I don't know enough more about Moronk. Tony stinks here for whatever reason. I'm going with the recent winner, Kurt Kitayama. Like, I know he's a bomber, but he played well in the win there. And when he's putting well. I'm not going to hold the players against him. And the 3, including the Arnold Palmer, his 3 previous, he was gaining over 2 strokes putting. His irons look fine. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ride the kid who had the balls to hit that shot in 18 and then drain that fucking huge pot to a big boy tournament. So give me Kitayama.
Okay. All right. To each their own.
To each their own.
All right. Let's go to group 7.
This group is gross.
This is a gross group.
Gross.
Zalatoris, who I guess is on record for saying, I just want to be ready for the Masters. So this is a scrimmage. I don't think he's going to be wanting to go full bore for this thing. Ryan Fox is actually playing pretty good over in the States. You got Andrew Putnam, who is not. And you got Harris English, who is going
not.
So he's pulling the Tagala right now. It's good finish, bad finish, good finish, bad finish. So we're on pace for a good finish.
Okay. Match play.
Only one appearance here. I mean, he scores well from under 125. His proximity numbers kind of suck.
Yep.
But good around the green, good putter. I could see that kind of working. I think we go Ryan Fox, though. The iron play has been really good. He's been putting really well lately. I'm going to go with him. There always seems like he's one of these like DP World Tour guys. He's Australian, but like the DP World Tour guys that emerge. And I'm going to take him. I think he's just playing good. So,
yep.
I don't really have a strong opinion on this group. What about you?
I landed on Fox by attrition. Same thing. I don't trust Zalatoris wanting to aggravate whatever injury he's got going on. Putnam stinks. Harris English. I just can't. I can't. Like he popped. What was it? API where he did good? Let me look at English.
Yeah, he finished second there, and then he was horrific last week.
And he charged. He charged on Sunday. That was fucking T12 at Genesis. But I just went with Fox just because of the form and being able to trust him. Although I might be able to get back to English.
Yeah, I mean, like if English is good, like one Travelers, second at TPC Boston. There's been a lot of guys who've been good here, than good in Boston.
Yeah.
Some good finishes in Texas. He's got a second Colonial, a third at Waialae, a fourth at Waialae. So a lot of these tracks where just bunters do well.
Yeah.
And he definitely can get it done. I don't know if I can trust him for 3 straight days of to be able to get out of group play.
Yeah.
So
I would agree with that.
So I'm going with Ryan Fox. So what the hell am I talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I hear you. I just landed on him as the fault as well. So fuck it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. The 6th group.
Yep.
So should be a group that Xander emerges from. I think he finally won a group last year.
No, he didn't.
But
he fucking lost in a playoff.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he got to the knockout.
Fucking some bum sent his ass home too because I had Xander. I remember. I don't remember which bum sent him home.
So I remember he lost to Scotty the year he finished second.
He got bounced by some bum last year.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Last year he only got a point last year. Okay. I stand corrected.
I can't, and it was a bum too. I can't remember who it was, but I remember viciously texting Jeff, your fucking guy sucks. He couldn't even beat him. I was hot.
I'm sure that was taken very kindly.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure that's why there wasn't animosity for him.
I mean, again, Xander's another guy with maybe an eye to the Masters. He hasn't playing all that.
He's
good.
meh.
Yeah, he has been kind of meh. So I guess you could make the argument like a guy who needs some good showing as for the Masters to get some confidence going, but I don't think this is the place for him to do it. So
I would agree.
Cam Davis, who finally showed well at the Players, no longer possibly could be a Ponzi scheme. This is how he lures potential investors to him. And then
he said he was sick and he'd been dealing with he was dealing with some sort of sickness over the last month and a half.
Okay.
And that he feels good now. And I was like, well, it's pretty easy to say after you had a good finish.
It is.
Yeah.
I still don't trust him. Aaron Wise, I guess it scares me because he's all putter now, so he could just
terrible.
Bomb away. He's bad.
He's bad.
So the guy I like Tom Hoagie.
Oh god.
I mean, accurate off the tee. Really tremendous wedge player. He's putting well lately. We just saw him do well at Pete Dye Golf Course. I like Tom Hoagie a lot this week.
He set the fucking course record.
I know he did.
At Sawgrass. He was on
with no one watching either. He was on the wrong side of the golf course.
I know, man. Crazy. Yeah, so I'm on Hoagie too.
We're
on green on way too many. Xander from the Scott issue last year. he's just playing Matt Wise is a complete fucking no. I was thinking about Davis because he did show, and it's like, is it real? Is it real? I don't know. I'll give it another week. I'm gonna take Hoagie coming out of there because, like you said, like the wedges. I mean, he's Hoagie with a wedge is fucking ninja. He's deadly.
Yeah. I mean, the case for Cam Davis, 3rd at Harbortown last year, 7th at Colonial last year, 6th at Players, so 9th at Wiley.
He does so well in these short golf courses. It makes no sense.
Yeah, he's a bomber. He's like a better version of Thomas Dietrich, basically. like Dietrich can't show up on any long golf course, but on one of these buncher tracks like Bermuda or something else, like he'll do great.
Weird. It's so weird.
It is weird. Sense. So maybe I'm overlooking Cam Davis a little bit, but
maybe, dude, he gained almost 5 strokes putting last weekend.
He did.
Oh, not last weekend. Sorry, at the
2 weeks ago.
Players.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tom Hoagie though. I think this is.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Hoagie.
Okay. Yeah, I think he can do a lot like Corey Connors did last year. If Corey Connors can do it, Tom Hoagie can do it.
Fact. Maybe you get a new grill in the meantime.
Maybe
if he wins this one, it's a $3 million and go get a new grill.
All right. Group 11. This is ugly. Matthew Fitzpatrick. Can we talk about Matt?
I think this group is wicked intriguing.
You think it's intriguing?
Yeah, for the 2 guys. Like one of 2 guys is coming out. Yeah, okay. 2 guys. Yeah.
All right. Can I tell the world what I told you about Matthew Fitzpatrick?
Yeah.
I even broke down like Zapruder film. So I've had the theory that his irons are all jacked up because of the speed training. And there was one shot, he fanned it like 40 yards right. And he had like 3 straight iron shots where he's just leaving the club open, coming over the top and just swiping at it. He's almost hitting like close to the heel of the club. There is a mechanical flaw. Listen, I'm not Butch Harmon. I'm not Brando Chambly. Even I can tell like there is something wrong with that swing. So maybe he can get with his coach and fix it, but like his iron numbers are putrid and he's hitting them poorly. And he's not putting or scrambling well enough to overcome it. So I'm out on Matthew Fitzpatrick. I don't know what's going on. It's not good though. So yeah, I mean, you got JJ Spawn, who's won in Texas. I don't really love what he's doing with his irons lately, so he's out. So it comes down to Tagala and Minwoo Lee. I'm going Minwoo Lee. I'm going to go with Mr. Volatility. And listen, he can blow up on a couple holes, but you know what? He bounces right back with a birdie. He's a good putter too. I mean, I guess you could say the same about Tagala.
Yep.
But I'm going to go with Minwoo on this one.
Yeah, so it was between those 2 for me. Like, I'm super excited to see which one of these guys comes out. I cannot wait for their fucking matchup. That shit better be like an ESPN Plus like featured one, because that is going to be exciting. Those are 2 guys who just fucking go pin seeking. So I'm excited for that one, and I'm taking the other side. I'm taking man. I know we didn't do. I know we fizzled out at the Players, but the same reason you're taking Minwoo is the same reason I'm taking Zahith, and I like to root for him. I have a longer relationship with rooting for Zahith than I do Lee. So, and look, he just he got ate up at the Players over the weekend. Prior to that, he was trending pretty good. Yeah, that's gonna be fucking fireworks, man. Minwoo Lee and Zahith Tagala. That's like must watch matchup.
Okay. All right, let's go to.
Am I the only one? Are you not excited to watch those 2 play against each other?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I am.
Okay.
No, I think that could be really volatile, like really just like crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Like Minwoo cards a 9, and then he gets an eagle on the next.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, stuff like that.
And that's what I want. Dude, that's why match play is the shit. Like you're allowed to just forget your last fucking hole and go make the next shot.
This golf course is so good for match play. God, it sucks that they're leaving. Like I understand that the members there were also being jerks too, but like
it's crazy. Why would they?
It just sucks. Well, because I don't think they liked having the golf course taken over by the PGA Tour.
Fucking oil barons.
I mean, listen, man. I mean, dudes are expensive, you know. All right, let's go to Group 14 with. I think the chalkiest pick of the week, Hatton.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
He
everybody's got him at 40-1.
Yeah. You got Ben Griffin, who is everybody's chalk, regardless.
Yep.
You got Russell Henley, who should be good here.
But he's not.
And they got your boy Lucas Herbert.
He did good last year.
He did do good last year. He got 2 points.
Yep.
Guy can just putt. It's gonna be It's gonna be windy too.
I know.
Are we tempting you?
No, he's in bad form, man.
Is he gonna go parasailing across Lake Austin there with that little ear?
Turn it up. I gotta go.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, look, it's chalk for a reason. I'm not gonna get cute. It terrifies me that literally everyone is on him. Like everyone, which is just, and for whatever reason, isn't this a course that I remember texting you after he's like, I'm gonna have a couple beers because this course doesn't suit my eye. Isn't this where I got like the initial text to you? I was like, I need to know what fucking courses don't suit his fucking eye, even though he did okay last year.
No, like, it's Augusta.
Oh no, I know Augusta, but I think he said that about here too. I want to say it was about here.
Did he? Well, that's
pretty fucking sure. Yeah,
that's
good. So, I mean, look, the 40-1 number is good. I couldn't get it because whatever. So, I'd be fine with that. He's super chalky. I don't know how you go away from him here. I don't know how you do it.
All right. So I guess I will have to dig that up if that's true.
Yeah.
But I do know that he hates Augusta National. So you talk about a guy who has nothing to look forward to.
This is very true.
That's Terrell Hatton. Like, this is his best opportunity for a paycheck. Although he's playing Valero next week.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting. Ben Griffin, who actually does some things that might work well in Lashway because he's really good around the green, a great putter. You got Lucas Herbert, who, he's good in wind. Russell Henley, though, had a good showing with the Players. We have T19. And he finally got his irons back. Yeah, T19 at the Players. Hit his irons pretty good. He gained, he did pretty good tee to green. And you talk about a guy who really good with his wedges, really good around the green. The putter has been a little dodgy for him over the last year or so, but it hasn't been horrific lately. I think I'm actually going to go Russell Henley out of this.
Okay.
Because he fits a lot of the, listen, you think about the Kevin Kisner, Matt Kuchar golf courses, that's a Russell Henley type golf course. And I don't know why he hasn't been better here. I think the fact he finally turned his irons around at Players, maybe good things are on the horizon, right? He did something similar to before the CJ Cup. He finally had a good tee to green week and then won Mayakoba a couple weeks later. Maybe something like that's in store for him now. Finally, he had a good tee to green week. Maybe he's going to have another good finish. So I'm going to go Russell Henley out of this group.
Okay. All right.
I surprised you there, didn't I?
You really did. So I'm pulling the interview now of Terrell so I can see if I can find exactly what he said. So there's one says obviously didn't hold as many putts, but happy I never gave holes away, which is easy to do out here. It's a funky golf course.
Oh
no, that's not it. I'm just saying there's got to be something.
I think that might be the quote then. Now I remember when you said that. I'm like, well, that could mean a lot of stuff.
Maybe could be.
Yeah, and he's been good here too. So I don't know if that really holds water. He's averaging about 2 points a tournament here, and I think he's advanced twice.
Golf is a funny game, especially around this place. It's an interesting golf course. Certainly anything can happen. You don't even have to do anything wrong to even make a bogey or a double. Wind kind of just whatever direction it wants to go in a split second. It's not consistent at all. So it obviously presents quite the challenge, and anything can happen. This does not sound like a man who likes. Oh, here's another one. When it hit, unless when I hit it, it goes down off the left and then it carries over the tent and trampoline effects onto the 15 fairway. So, yeah.
Okay.
You need a hell of a lot of luck involved and stuff. It would be nice if there was some actual drop zones. Oh boy. He does not seem like he likes this place.
Well, then you know what? Maybe I need to change my one and done pick.
I forgot to do my one and done last week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I fucking didn't put it in either of them. I just fucking completely forgot.
Okay. I think I had Fleetwood in the Mayo Cup. I'm actually doing pretty well in that one.
Yeah, I stink at one and done again. I cashed like.
It's because you don't have Cam Smith around anymore.
It's fair. It's fair. Yep. Fair point.
It is. So, all right. we say the best group for last, Rory's group.
Boo.
Rory is the 3 seed. You got Danny McCarthy and then Keegan Bradley.
Yeah.
Also in this group.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scott Stallings. I'm not really sure how Scott Stallings got in this field, but Scott Stallings is here. I'm just going to disregard him because Scott Stallings.
Because he's Scott Stallings. Exactly.
Scott Stallings. Honestly, I know you're not going to like this. Keegan's putter has
cooled off.
Got a little cool again.
Yep.
Yep. So
Andy was the reason he withdrew was because he was viciously fucking ill, apparently.
Oh, was it that stomach bug that Rom just gave everybody?
Yeah. Like he was viciously ill. Good. I'm taking a break off of Keegan. Even though Keegan's like that psychopath who like would absolutely like seems like he would take this way too serious. It's a Ryder Cup year. He wants to get on that fucking team, which would be nice. I will, for my bank account, I hope he does not make the fucking Ryder Cup team.
Yeah, he hasn't been good here. He's averaging a point per appearance in 3 appearances, so he hasn't been good.
Yeah.
So all right, so let's talk about Rory.
Yeah.
Terrible players. Obviously, he had a lot of meetings that week, a lot of administrative stuff, and he actually came out, I think, afterwards saying like, I need to do a better job being focused on actually playing golf. So here's my question. Did he mean that and he's going to come out this week and win? No. Or is this going to be preparing for the Masters, which really matters for him?
Preparing for the Masters. He's not going to win either. He's using it as a fucking excuse, just like he wanted to use his equipment as an excuse and why he didn't do well. He's just a crybaby.
Okay. Now, this golf course as well, by the way, you always have mentioned this. This is the one where he hit into the pool.
Oh, this is the one where he hit into the pool. He was against Poulter. Yes. Poulter smoked his ass.
Yes, he beat him badly.
Bad. I think he made it to like, what, 11?
Yeah, I don't think it made him that far.
I don't think it made it that far.
Yeah,
exactly.
Poulter killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the pool. Tournament.
Oh, fond memories.
So maybe he's got some demons there. So, I mean, I'm not going to pick Rory because I think I agree with you. I think it's mission win the Masters.
Yeah.
That's 100%. What it is. So, he's not playing. I don't think he's playing Valero next week. This is a tune-up. This is a warm-up. We'll go from there. So I kind of had a theme. How about Denny McCarthy?
Let's go.
Drains a bunch of putts, playing well lately, plays a lot of these types of shorter Kevin Kisner, Matt Kuchar golf courses really well, like your Pebble Beaches and your Harbor Towns and your Travelers and all of those other BS rinky-dink golf courses on the PGA Tour. Plays those well. I can see him just draining a billion putts, upsetting Rory, and then getting past Stallings and Bradley.
Love it.
And moving on.
Same exact rationale. Give me the guys who can putt. I've been on the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I've been getting close. Like it's so much more comforting to have guys who can putt.
Okay,
it really is. And yeah, you know my feelings on Rory. And and if Keegan was that sick, I guess I can't remember who. It might have been Sobel who was talking to him, but he said he could like hear it in his voice. And I was like, okay, match play for Keegan. And that was a late withdrawal too. So he was already skinny as fuck. If he got like the flu and diarrhea, like how he's gonna come out and he's gonna look like he's been doing a kilo of blow a day.
Jesus. Okay. All right. So we're done with the bracket. So why don't you recap exactly who's in your final 16?
Yeah, then we'll just run through the next ones and see who we got. So I got Scotty coming out, Fleetwood coming out, Svensson, Vic, Homa, Montgomery, Burns, Lee, Rahm, Connors, Kitayama, Fox, Boogie, Thigala, Hatton, McCarthy.
Okay. All right. So we do agree a little bit.
We do.
All right. So I got Tom Kim facing JT Poston. I got Adam Svensson playing Victor Hovland. Max Homa playing Mackenzie Hughes. I have Sam Burns versus Cage Lee. John Rahm playing Sepp Straka. Christian Bezainhu playing Ryan Fox. God, that's going to be a ratings bonanza. Tom Hoagie playing Minwoo Lee. And Terrell Hatton playing Denny McCarthy. So who is in your Elite 8?
All right. So I got Scotty beating Fleetwood. I got Vic beating Svensson. I got Homa beating Montgomery. I got Burns beating Lee. Yes, Burns beating Lee. And then I got Rahm over Kitayama. Thigala over Hatton. No, wrong. Had backwards. Hatton over Thigala. Sorry.
Okay. All right. I have Tom Kim beating JT Poston. I have Adam Svensson upsetting Victor Hovland.
Okay.
I have Max Homa beating Mackenzie Hughes. And I have.
Oh, I did the wrong ones. I went through the quarterfinals.
Hold on.
I just did the quarterfinals like an asshole.
Okay. All right. Why don't I go through them? All right. So I have Tom Kim beating JT Poston. I have Adam Svensson beating Victor Hovland. I have Max Homa beating Mackenzie Hughes. And I have Sam Burns defeating Cage Lee. Over the other side, I got John Rahm beating Sepp Straka. I have the immortal Christian Bezain beating Ryan Fox in just a barn burner of a matchup. I have Tom Hoagie advancing over Minwoo Lee.
Okay.
And I have Terrell Hatton beating Denny McCarthy. Those are my
All right, so I did the left side correct. Scotty over Fleetwood, Svensson over Vic over Svensson, Homa over Montgomery, Burns over Lee, and then for whatever reason my brain went to the quarterfinals. So then I got Rahm over Connors, Kitayama over Fox, Thiegawa, Hoagie, and then Hatton over McCarthy.
Okay. All right. Who's in your final four?
Well, I gotta go back to the other side. We'll just do the quarterfinals again. I think they'll be able to pick up because we didn't do the quarterfinals.
I know. Well, now we're doing the who you advance to the final four. So this is it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes. Who's in your final four?
All right. So Victor takes down Scotty. Homa takes down Burns. Rahm takes down Kitayama. Hatton takes down Thiegawa.
Okay. Kind of a chalky final then. Or final four. Okay. All right. I have Adam Svensson beating Tom Kim. I really like Adam Svensson this week. I have Max Homa beating Sam Burns. I have John Rahm taking down Christian Bezain, and I have Tom Hoagie defeating Terrell Hatton.
Okay.
Who apparently hates his golf course.
Yeah, I can see that. I might be able to switch that around a little bit.
Okay. All right. Who's in your championship?
So I got Vic beaten, and I got Hatton beating Rahm.
Okay. So Victor Hovland versus Hatton. Who's your champion?
Vic.
Okay. I have Homa defeating Svensson, and I have Tom Hoagie beating John Rahm. So
really?
It's Homa versus Tom. I like Tom Hoagie this week.
Okay. All right.
So I got Homa versus Tom Hoagie. Give me Max Homa.
All right. I like it.
I think he takes down WC match play. I think there's a lot of ways he can win.
Yeah. I like it.
So
cool.
All right.
Yeah. I'll dive a little deeper. I'll probably do a couple different brackets. Like I said, I did initial first thoughts, half hour. You gave me some shit. Maybe I should think about Hoagie a little more.
Yeah, I'll post this bracket in the Discord.
All right, cool.
All right, let's go over betting though. So listen, that was just a fun bracket, whatever. But how I kind of approach my outright betting card this week is a little different maybe with the bracket. I kind of look more about like, okay, scenarios of making through the bracket. Try not to pick guys who are going to meet before the quarterfinals, except for one exception.
Yep.
So who have you bet outright this week?
I've only got Vic and Homa so far.
Okay.
Like 25 and 22 because I couldn't get that. I couldn't get the Hatton fucking 40, and I'm not betting him at 22.
Okay. All right. So I have Hatton at 40, although I'm not feeling great about it. Now that you mentioned that, now I don't feel good.
Yeah.
I have the option to cash out, and I can replace it with a Hovland at 28.
I like it.
I think I'm going to do that. All right.
All right.
Hatton, you're out. Hovland, you're in. Okay.
Boom.
All right. So Homa 22-1, Hovland 28-1.
Nice.
Sam Burns 42-1.
It's a pretty good number.
Sungjae Im 43-1. Tom Kim 55-1. And Tom Hoagie 80-1. I think those are good numbers on Sungjae and Tom Kim and Burns.
I might sprinkle a little of that Hoagie. 80 sexy.
If you can find it. Now he's mostly like 65, I think, other places. But
I don't care. I don't care about 10 points. Like whatever.
Okay.
I live in Florida once again. I take what I can get.
Yeah, I like Hoagie. All right, so Hatton's gonna be out.
Okay.
Hovland in.
Cool.
All right, and then I'll probably end up betting winners of groups. Those haven't come out yet, but I have bet some top four prop, basically like in each way. Tom Hoagie top four 14-1. Adam Svensson top four 25-1.
All right, I like it.
Why not?
Yeah, man.
I win a couple of units. Not going crazy on it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, full card will be out later in the week once all the stuff comes out. Well, I guess it will come out tomorrow.
Yes, it will.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
So, what time does this fucking thing start?
I think at like 10:15 on Wednesday.
Nice.
It's on to like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. Beautiful day.
It's on all day.
Beautiful day. All right, man. We got anything else?
No, that's it. I am probably going to be quiet on Discord this week because I am going to Florida, like I mentioned. I will be back on Saturday where I will pound out the Valero Texas Open preview. And then we'll go back to our regular scheduled programming, 3 shows next week.
That's it. All right, man. Well, fucking RIP match play.
Yes.
For at least 1 year. Mm-hmm. Hopefully the PGA pulls their head out of their asses and comes back in 2025. But yeah, go read Steve. We'll have our cards out tomorrow on socials. Go follow on YouTube. Come hang out with Steve and the boys over in Discord. You can hit me up on Twitter at Boston_Capper. Other than that, it's WGC week, baby. I hope to God it's not the final one. Let's cash a fucking winner. Let's fucking go.